My brothers and sisters, you are now watching the Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need! And I hope you enjoy the video.
Hello? Hey, what's going on, Jeremy? We were just calling to see if you wanted to come in and work this weekend for us.
No, Mark. I think I caught scabies again, dude. There's absolutely no way, no way I'd be able to come in this year. It's really messing up my lungs right now.
Sucker, please. E3 this weekend.
Yeah! E3 starts tomorrow. Lord have mercy. Now, granted, it's EA, so probably like 5 minutes into this conference, I'll be falling asleep. But technically, E3 starts tomorrow, man. Before the festivities begin, right? I want to talk about some E3 possible surprises. Some E3 2017 surprises, man. Now, I don't want y'all throwing out stuff that ain't got no chance in hell in happening. Like, don't be saying stuff like Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to get a release date for this year. Xbox is going to have 10 new IPs. Nintendo finally starting to pay attention to its other exclusives. We got a new Metroid Prime, boys. Stop it. Okay, like, junk ain't gonna happen. But so have it be somewhat realistic, you know, that it might have a shot. There's always a couple surprises at E3. Freaking heck, last year we had God of War freaking 4. It's possible. There's always a couple surprises at E3. So I'm gonna hop into a couple of surprises that I think might be at this year's E3. If I don't say something that you guys think may be at E3, then you leave that junk down in the comment section below, sucker. Okay? Let's hop into it. Let's start off with PlayStation. The Freak. Do you think I got surprises for Xbox? The Freak, are they going to surprise us with what? A new Halo? A new Forza, my nigga. I'm joking, okay, but no. Let's start off with PlayStation first. Really, in no particular order. But Bloodborne 2. Now I know that's a big rumor going on this year that Bloodborne 2 may or may not be at this year's E3. I think I can even recall seeing a picture of Bloodborne 2, you know, but it was obviously a fan-made picture. I don't think that's too far-fetched at all. I think because of the success of the first one, Bloodborne, if y'all don't remember, that was my game of the year in 2015. I loved Bloodborne as much as my cheeks got thrashed and was sore. I freaking loved Bloodborne, dude. Bloodborne 2, definitely, I'd be so down for that. That was my first entry into, like, the Souls game. So, I thoroughly enjoyed my experience that I had with Bloodborne. I loved the soundtrack. I loved the gameplay. I loved the boss fights and stuff like that. Definitely one of PS4's till this very day, one of the best exclusives that, in my opinion, that you can get on PS4 if you're down for getting destroyed a couple of times. Not all people enjoy dying time after time after time after time. Literally after time after time. Like, if you ain't that type of gamer, you probably won't like Bloodborne. And I definitely think a high chance of this junk being at Sony's E3, and that would definitely help the PS4 in the freaking future. A freaking sequel to Bloodborne? Who wouldn't want that?
Where's this game at? I think I still got this junk, don't I? I don't think I got rid of it. Ah, there it go. This game right here, man. What the frick is all this white stuff on it? This game right here, man. I thought this junk was a good game.
could have been a Netflix series, but it was a good game, man. It was good. The Order 18 The Order 1886. It's not like The Order was a bad game. I enjoyed the story that this game had. I enjoyed the freak was that? I don't know what I just said. I enjoyed the setting that the game was in. I liked the environment, stuff like that. I thought the dialogue was good. The only issues that the Netflix 1886 had is that jump was way too short, especially to pay $60. You could legit beat this game in like 3 hours max, maybe. It was a very short game. To pay $60 for a game that short and it has no multiplayer in it. The gameplay had one too many quick time events in it. Like, oh yeah, the quick time event 1886, like, and the boss fights that they had with the Lycans were literally just quick time events. So this game had issues, but I don't think this was a bad game. It's like I don't know if it's just me, but I would be all for a sequel to The Order 1886 and call that jump The Order 1887 and like, you know what, the first one was like 3 hours. Have that one be like, I don't know, 6 hours something, and maybe include a multiplayer. The Order, I think you can now get this game for like dirt cheap. If you haven't gotten around to playing the Order is actually, that's also still one of the best looking PS4 games you can play. Like, that jump still looks freaking amazing, dude. I'm trying to think about anything Xbox could do. that would be a surprise. Hey guys, we got a Halo 6 and Gears of War 5. Honestly, all jokes aside, we do know a big part of Microsoft's conference is going to be of the Xbox Scorpio. I actually think because someone had tweeted. They tweeted it to me on Twitter, of course, and I think they actually said they extended Microsoft's conference to 90 minutes, I think, because they're actually going to include like more games in it. And I was like, what? Xbox and games in the same sentence? I do think I'm giving Microsoft at least one. I do think finally, and this is big. This is big, dude. Cause it's been years, dude. I do think finally Xbox is gonna show off some new IP, at least one, that is going to be the next big thing. I'm talking about, we all know Xbox because of Halo, Gears, Forza. I'm giving these suckers one shot that I do think they're gonna have one new IP that is the future of Xbox. They have to find something, dude. They have to. Like, they really have to. Like, people do not care. I mean, there are still those diehard Halo fans out there, those diehard Gears fans out there, but they clearly don't have the same impact that they used to have. So Xbox, they literally need to find that next big thing. And I think it's going to be at this event. Got the Scorpio, reveal and the price drop. I mean not the price drop, but the price reveal and stuff like that. I think what time is better than now on the biggest stage to show your next big thing, the next big new IP title for Xbox. And I'm giving these suckers at least one at this year's E3. It could either be my weapon in that weekend. The Wii U. Now, before the Switch came out, Wii U had a lot of games that was dropping on that jump pretty much when that jump was already dead. And there were a lot of people that got a Switch that, didn't get a chance to play some of those games. So I do think there's going to be a Super Smash Brothers game on the Switch. Most likely a port. I do not think it's going to be a brand new Smash Brothers. I think it's going to be Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U. you know, and they're probably going to port it over. And again, I think someone had bought this up when we were doing the viewer predictions on my Twitch page. I think there is going to be a port of the Super Smash Brothers for that Wii U. And they might include like a couple of new characters or something like that, just to give it like a fresh feel, you know. And I know there's a lot of Switch owners that would love to see a couple of Wii U titles get ported over to the Switch. And I think Super Smash Brothers is pretty much one of the main ones. I don't even know how long their conference is going to be. Like, I think I heard this junk is supposed to be like a half an hour. I don't know what. No one really knows what. Like, especially during E3, nobody knows what the heck to expect from freaking Nintendo. I do think they'll have a couple of things that, you know, will get Switch owners excited, you know, because and pretty much until Super Mario Odyssey come out, like, what else are they going to be playing? I know ARMS comes out soon, but come on, my dude. You know, so I definitely do think that probably, if any, one of the main ones, Super Smash Brothers for that Wii U, gets ported over to the Switch. Now this, I actually saw people talking about this yesterday on social media, and I was like, wow. I was like, sucker, if they do that, man, that's going to be quite interesting to see the reaction to that. So we all know Crash Collection is a thing. I think it comes out at the end of this month, June 30th, I believe. Sucker. 3 Crash games remade: Crash 1, 2, and Warped. The best one, Don't At Me, remade from the ground up for $40. Copped. I'm buying that junk as soon as it comes out. So the Crash Collection is a thing. That's what a lot of people are waiting for. We waited so long for Crash to come back, and it's finally about to happen. Freaking Sean Layden wearing a Crash shirt like a few years back, and he say jack nothing about Crash, you know. So now that Crash is finally back, I think Activision wrote this down on their blog, and that's how all this talk started. So Activision had like a little blog prior to E3, just saying some of the stuff that you can expect, you know, from them at E3. And of course, they talked about the Crash Collection for a while, but they also had said something like, stay tuned for a special announcement for Crash this E3. And, you know how people going to speculate, being like, oh my God, you know, so, there's actually a lot of talk right now about Crash Team Racing being at this year's E3. Now, if y'all don't know, a lot of people loved Crash Team Racing. Shoot, some people think Crash Team Racing is the best kart game ever. Yes, even over Mario Kart. Some people loved Crash Team Racing. So, if alongside the Crash Collection, Crash 1 through 3, they also show a remake of Crash Team Racing, it might be Crash Team Racing or what was that other game a while back for Crash, Crash Bash, because I remember I had that as well, or Crash Bash, but a lot of people are thinking Crash Team Racing, because if there's a special announcement that will get people excited, I mean, you're going to go with Crash Bash or Crash Team Racing, you know? So Crash Team Racing could definitely get that excitement pumping. And again, people are already excited for the Crash Collection. If you add the Crash Team Racing remake to that, sucker, people would lose their freaking minds. Elder Scrolls 6. I think it has a shot, to be at this year's E3, and that's again one of the rumors. And actually, but Bethesda got a couple of rumors, for E3. Elder Scrolls 6 is just one of them, but I definitely think that the Elder Scrolls 6 could possibly show up at Bethesda's conference. A lot of people are talking about it right now. I played Elder Scrolls Oblivion and Elder Scrolls Skyrim. I mean, as far as like sucking, the side missions in Skyrim were so good, I didn't even complete the game. I did some of the most in-depth side missions I've ever seen. Like, side missions that would lead into like other. So I'm just like, bro, this is crazy. So I'm not a diehard fan of the Elder Scrolls series, but after playing Oblivion and Skyrim, I would definitely be for a Elder Scrolls 6. Again, that's another thing that people are talking about from Bethesda, and I think it could possibly, show up at their conference. So that's just one of the few things from Bethesda. Another thing that people are talking about is a new Wolfenstein. I've never played any of the Wolfenstein games, but I hear it's a good franchise, that you might want to get into. So people are also talking about that. Another thing that people are talking about, which I didn't get a chance to play, is the Evil Within 2, a sequel to the Evil Within. Some people that bought the Evil Within loved it. Some people thought it was okay. Some people was like, it's cool, But that's another topic for Bethesda that could possibly show up at their conference. But Bethesda got quite a couple of things that can show up at their conference. I mean, people are already talking about Doom 2, a sequel to Doom. I know Doom was a great game. Didn't get a chance. I can't buy every game that comes out. I could have got Doom, but Overwatch happened, dude, and when that junk happened, it happened hard. And I just never got around to buying Doom. Bethesda got a couple of things that could show up at their conference, so that's definitely a conference that I'm gonna be paying attention to. Bethesda might want to watch out for. So yeah, what are some of y'all surprises for this year's E3? Hopefully, this E3 is as good as last year's. Well. I hope, at least for Sony, their conference is as good as last year's was. Because freaking last year, when Sony was showing off all of that stuff, it was like, bro, it's over for everybody. So hopefully Sony has a conference like last year. But as far as Microsoft and Nintendo, I hope they improve on from what they did last year, because again, I know people like to get caught in this freaking in this imaginary console war, and people are like willing to take bullets for every time I do that shit is funny, and like people are willing to take bullets for these freaking companies that don't give a freaking jack about you. It's better when all three of these companies are doing well. Competition brings out the best in people. So I definitely want to see all fans win. If you're an Xbox fan, a Nintendo fan, a PlayStation fan, whatever, I hope everyone has a better conference than they had last year, and everyone comes with it at this year's E3. So what are some of you guys' surprises that you think might be at this E3? Let me know down in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will best believe I'll be seeing you. Well, if y'all decide to come through my Twitch stream. No pressure, but just saying. It's not lit. So I would definitely I'm looking so forward to just watching E3 with you guys and just enjoying the festivities. I will see you guys then.